So we've made a lot of progress here on the dairy barn. I'm going to show you a few of the comings and goings, what we've been working on, the little projects. We're kind of down to more of the little stuff now, putting stuff together and tinkering with equipment because the main structure is up. So these are the sneak peek. So this is a giant Rumba vacuum, basically. That's the manure robot. So this is what we'll be zooming around here. It's electric on battery, and then we'll go around and slurp up all the manure and then take it to our dump pit, and then it goes out to the manure lagoon. So that's pretty cool. And these are the watering troughs. So we've got a few of these. So, you know, 4 cows or so can line up at one time and grab a nice cold drink. We're over here building the grain bins. So this is these are gonna be outside, like a little grain silo. Have a couple of these. So once a month, you know, we'll get a delivery of grain and we'll go right into here. And then from here, we can auger it out and feed the cattle with it. So we've got these plastic curtains as well. So we have these on a motor. So on a nice day, these will just roll up. Just like, you know, a curtain in your house. And then on a windy, inclement day, they roll down and just take the edge off of the cold weather for the cattle. You can see right through them. It gives the cattle that sensation that they're still kind of, you know, outside. They're not locked up into some dungy place. And so it's really cool. And it's strong enough that it can withstand any wind, storm, or anything like that. So it keeps the cold, frigid wind off them in the winter, but still makes it feel nice and sunny in here.
So Jonathan Curley has been the overall project manager for Daniel and putting this dairy together. So he's been here from day one, boots on the ground, with permits and all the things. So it's been a process, but he's been really good to keep the ball moving and progressing every day, which has been really helpful. Yeah, so Jonathan, what do you feel like how the process has been, or what the ups and downs have been?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think back to a year ago today or a month ago when this was grass where we stand, you know, and our first thing is we came in here and we started putting stakes in the tall grass, and all of a sudden, you know, we had dozers out here and tractors out here, and sod was disappearing, and truckload after truckload after truckload of rock. I mean, it seems like we hauled rock in here for a month and a half, I feel like.
That's true.
And so it's amazing, you know, thinking about where we are today from that initial just load after load of gravel and rock to build this foundation of this barn. And then the trial of the last winter when it snowed, and it just kept snowing, and every day we just pushed snow and we pushed snow and we pushed snow, and we got a little bit of work done. It was almost painful how slow it went at first because we fought the weather.
Yeah, you know, they dig holes to put like the beams in, and then they come to put the beams in and they were full of snow and ice. So then you'd have to like tarp them and heat them and melt it. And I mean, it was a brutal winter to be working in. But
it was really tough. And then today, you know, we've got a barn. And so it's kind of it's fun for me to walk through here and see that, you know, we've got the floors done, we've got all of our concrete work done, the robots are in their places, and now we're kind of on this last stage of just, we're so close, but yet there's a lot to do still. We have to tie all the equipment in, everything has to be hooked up, a bunch of welding still needs to be done, but we are on this point where this is going to start being an animal facility in the next month.
I know, unless I decide to move in.
Unless Hannah makes it her house.
Unless Madison and I decide to move in.
Yes, this is a maternity barn.
And it is nice, you know.
Yeah,
I could live in here.
I know, it is nice. It's going to be, it's like a sparkly new barn. We are going to have cows in here and manure, and it won't be so sparkly, but yeah, something to be proud of for sure.
These are the milking robots. This is a Dutch company that designs these. They're actually made in America, but they are designed over there. And this is where the cow will stand. So she'll stand right here, and this is a scale. It will weigh her so we can keep track of her weight, which I'm sure she loves. And then we have here these little brushes that this robotic arm will swing out automatically. Those brushes here will wash and clean her teats so they're clean. And then we have 4 suction cups here that the robot will automatically attach to her udder and then begin taking the milk out with compressed air through suction. We have 2 of these, so Robot 1 and Robot 2. Each takes care of about 60 cows. And the cows can go to either one, but I hear they do pick favorites. They must have installed this. Must be for the fans, I'm guessing. That's new. They put that in today. So here's kind of the back side of water, if you will. Here we have, the kind of the human side of the robots. You've got all the, the computer and all the brain power going on there. Here are the tubes that are coming from those suction cups. This is what's going to be transmitting the milk that goes, and then will go into our big milk tank. And they get a cleaning a few times a day to wash out all those lines with super hot water and soap and all the things. But we can also come here and just see how every cow's doing. We have, it tells you who's milking the most, who's milking the least, who's eating all their grain, who's not. And so you keep track of the roster here pretty well. It gives you all the data, so you can make decisions and know when a cow is time to move on, and who your all-star cows are that you want to rebreed and keep those genetics in your herd. So all that decision making, part of the animal husbandry process is just bettering your herd and helping your animals succeed. This is still a work in progress in here, but this is what we call the annex. Something that we added a little space to the dairy to make a larger room for our milk tank, which is going to be in here. Other equipment, all of our furnace equipment, our water heaters, that type of thing. All of our pumps, electrical panels. So this is more of a utility, non-cow area where we will have this area, this stored and storing the milk.
What?